Prime my eyes using the Rimmel Lasting, whatever it's called, concealer. I quite like it as an eye primer actually. This eye might water a little bit because I've already done like 3 looks today, hated them all. Settled on this one, what can we do? I'm starting with the shade Dogma, and I'm gonna use just a pencil brush and just really roughly pop that on my eye. Very pigmented shade. And this is from the Dreamy palette. Then I'm gonna pick up the shade Señorita on a fluffy brush and just start to blend that out. Then from the Soul Blooming palette, I'm taking the shade Bolero. I think that's how you pronounce it, I have no idea. Or Bolero. Bolero? I don't know. And I'm just gonna blend round Señorita. Señorita, so Scottish. And then I've got Dogma and Señorita on this brush, and I'm just gonna re-blend that dark shade. This blend actually isn't that important because I'm going to cover up a lot of it. But I'm going to pick up my NYX glitter glue. Just going to take a flat brush and just start patting that on my eyelid. And it's going all the way up to my crease. Then I'm picking up the shade Delirium from the Dreamy palette. You do need to use a glitter glue with this shade because it's very flaky. It's almost like, it's like an eyeshadow with a heap of like chunkiness to it. I don't know how to describe it, but as you can see, it's absolutely stunning on the eye. And that's such a cool colour. But I find if you don't use a glitter glue, it just doesn't really adhere, even on top of a concealer, so use a glitter glue with it. I'm just blending a little bit more Delirium into my crease, just on a little fluffy brush. I think when you've got hooded eyes, it's nice to take a bit of shimmer above the crease, just so it actually makes a statement. Then just on my finger, I'm picking up a little bit of the shade Garden Gate from the Soul Blooming, and I'm just patting that in the very center at the bottom. Just like that. So there's actually quite a bit of fallout. I'll clean that up and then we'll move on to skin. This is a really simple kind of eye look. So for skin, I first of all need to moisturize and make it all nice, obviously. I'm gonna use my Ordinary, what's it called? Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. I just think this is a really nice moisturizer, first of all. I think it's got other claims as to what it does. But I also find that makeup just sits really nicely on top of it, even though it's very thick. It's just a really nice base. Oh, I've got quite a lot of concealer on under my eyes. I know this eye looks quite plain right now, but I think once we've got like lashes on and lower lash line. How red? Oh, I think it's just my shadows. Look like a beetroot there. I'm gonna use one of my current favorites, the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I just love it. It's so beautiful on the skin. It's obviously expensive, but I do think worth it. I like paying more for foundations. Probably foundations and eyeshadows was what I kind of spend the most money on. So I don't mind spending like quite a lot on a foundation and then getting like really cheap blushes or bronzers or whatever. So I'm going to use this one. I do need to mix it with some darkening drops because it's a little bit too light, and I like the Gosh Mix and Fix ones. I think that they do a good job. So I'm just going to pump some of this out, and then I just add like a full blob of that and then mix that in. This is my LA Girl sponge. Absolute favourite sponge. I'd really be interested to hear like how weird I need to take this lip balm off because I need to go over my lips. I try these things and they just don't work. There we go. I'd love to hear from you guys. Like when I sit here and chat about how much, what is that? About how much I love a product, and I link it below. So I use things like reward style, which means, I mean, you don't pay anymore for the product obviously, but if you like use my link that I leave down below, I get a small commission. So for example, if you bought these sponges off Beauty Bay, I would get 70 pence from that sale. Or there's another one I use, what's it called? Collective, maybe Style Collective or something, I don't know what it's called properly. Style Haul, which is more for like drugstore recommendations. I use them to link that, and the point of this is I can track what people buy through my links. So I saw the other day, I just was looking at all the analytics, and 30 people bought the BH Take Me Back to Brazil palette within like the last 2 or 3 months since I started talking about it. And like 15 people bought these sponges, things like that. And I would just love to know if you watch my videos and you do buy something through my link that I've been harping on about how much I love it. Can you tell me if you like it? Like in the comments, like, oh yeah, I bought the palette and I like it, or I bought the palette and I'm disappointed in it, or whatever. I just love to hear that kind of feedback and see, because I've bought things that like Jaclyn Hill's recommended or Nikki Tutorials, and I've either, like, sometimes I've loved it, sometimes I've hated it and been like, what a waste of money, you know what I mean? So I just love to see if you guys like what you've bought on my recommendations or not. I just love that foundation. It's got such a lovely coverage. It's still a bit too light for me, but I don't like adding too much darkening drops because I think that it can really change the undertone, and I don't want that. This is still quite pink toned, so yeah, I don't want to change that. My favourite duo under my eyes right now is the what's that called? Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer with a little bit of Benefit Dandelion Shy Beam. I've got so much eyeliner on my hands. Yeah, I did a look before this and hated it and wiped it off, and I've got eyeliner everywhere. I'll just pop this on. I like to do one eye at a time because this is quite a, well, the concealer dries pretty quickly, so you don't want to like leave it on and then like do your cream contour and everything. So I've done that once and then I couldn't blend it out and I was really annoyed. This is the Dandelion Shy Beam. I'm just gonna add a bit more kind of luminosity to this under eye. I would love to know how much these like really big YouTubers make in commission on the things that they recommend. Like, see, when I look at like Lydia Millen, I don't really watch her channel anymore, but I did up until quite recently. And she links to like £800 dresses and all of that, and I'm like, how much commission do you make? It must be sick. So that's that under eye. Looking a lot better than this one, I think. I'm still having quite a lot of trouble going to sleep and things at night because of my like side pains and back pains. So my under eyes never look that great these days, but I'll quickly do this under eye and then powder, and then we'll move on to skin, because I always do that now because I think it's really boring watching someone powdering their face. I'll be back in a second. I'll use one of my favourite bronzers. This is the Milani Baked Bronzer in 04 Glow. I feel like since I put that powder on, I've really kind of mattified my face, and I just want a bit more luminosity brought back. Oh, you know when you wash your brushes and then you can smell the like brush shampoo, well, baby shampoo is what I used. I actually started using the Sigma brush shampoo and that stinks, it's horrible. I don't understand it. I don't understand if I got like a dodgy one or not. But I'd washed like half of my brushes and then I was like, they stink. So I had to wash them all again in baby shampoo, like Tesco baby shampoo. And they come out so clean and smelling so nice. I'm going to use my ABH contour kit today and use that shade there in the middle. It's a really nice colour. I would say it's pretty similar to my Sleek one. The Sleek one's maybe slightly more warm toned, but once they're kind of on the skin, there's not a huge difference between them. And you know that Sleek one is definitely one of my favourites. I use it an awful lot, probably to the point of boring you. So I'm going to just do this under eye now. As you can see, I've gone pretty smoky, which I quite enjoy doing. I'm going to first of all go under my eye with the shade Senorita and just like connect it round. So I've got a nice rounded shape going on. Oh, my under eyes look so tired. No amount of concealer helps like trenches under your eyes, does it? So stiffer brush to really pack that colour on. Like that. And then I'm gonna dip into the shade Sistina from the Dreamy palette again. And just kind of go around this. Blend it a little bit. And then I'll run some of Dogma underneath, especially this outer corner. Connecting it at the corner to the top. We are looking schmooky. I'm actually going to give this NYX lip liner in Living Pastel on my waterline. I think it's the only purple eyeliner I've got. Well, it's the lip liner, isn't it? But I find that I don't have any kind of bad reaction to lip liners on my waterline. And then the shade Honey Drip from the Soul Blooming palette to start off my inner corner. Such a pretty colour. And then my lash is the Doll Beauty Divine Lash. I'll throw this on quickly and then we'll move on to the rest of the face and finish off. So we need to apply a spot of highlight, and I'm going to use Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Diamond Dust. It's not the most blinding of highlights, but to be honest, I don't really fancy something like super in your face. So I'm just going to go in with a pinch of this. I mean, watch as I just completely go over the top with it, but I'm trying not to. This has a really nice pink tone to it. Very complimentary to any kind of skin texture that you have. I really like this one. There we go, just a pinch. Like I said, I don't really fancy, you know, throwing on a heap of highlight right now. For blush, what shall I use? I'll use this Rimmel one that I really like, number 050 Live Pink. Looks a bit intense and pink in the pan, but it is really nice on the skin. I always rub off the excess on my hand or my arm or my trousers. We're looking so pink. I feel like I should add like some faux freckles, but I'm not gonna because I really suck at putting them on, and also I need to go out and about, so I don't want to look too much. But a little bit much. Why not? And then that just leaves lips, doesn't it? I guess we should go nude. So I'm gonna keep it kind of nude, but kind of not nude, and do a pink. This is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in number 10 Dreamer. I might pat like a nude lipstick over the top, but I do want a little bit of kind of a pinkness to this look. And I've not used this in ages. Is anyone else really messy when they put on liquid lipsticks? I'll go clean it up with a lip liner, and then I think we're pretty much done. Well, I guess this is our finished look then. What do you think? Don't ask about my hair. I tried to be cute and I don't have enough hair to do it, so we'll ignore that. I quite like how the eyes came out. They're more smoky and dramatic than I meant them to be, but actually I quite like that because I don't know, sorry, I do struggle with just like doing plain eyes. I'm never sure it suits me, but I don't think this is very plain realistically. Yeah, I do like how this look came out. I quite like the pink lip with it. I think it all kind of ties in with the blush and the eyes and the lip. Yeah, skin, very happy with the NARS foundation. Highly recommend. Recommend everything I used today, really. Let me know what you think of this look down below then. Leave this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. The sooner we get to 10k, the sooner we can do our 10k giveaway. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye!